Alright. What's up, YouTube? HPJ here, and it has been 9 years. 9 years of being on YouTube, and I am recording this video to celebrate those 9 years of YouTube. There have been some long years. Most people, don't do a video every year about, being on here. They do the first year video, then they do the 5, and then they do the, um, what is it? They do the 5, and then they do the 10, and I'm not like everybody else. I like to separate myself from a lot of people and a lot of what they do. I think a lot of our contents all may be the same, but when it comes to delivery, when it comes to certainty, I just prefer to do things my own way. And one of the ways I do things, of course, is, well, I like to do a video every year to reflect on how much I've grown, how much I have changed, and how much the channel itself has changed. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's a really good thing to showcase to people, this is what, the channel you're looking at. This is how much it's grown. This is what it used to look like. This is how much of a struggle I've had to go through. And this is how much of an improvement I've had overall. And I really, really wanted to do this because it's just been such a long year for me. It's been such a emotional roller coaster. It's been such a dramatic roller coaster, and it's just a nice sigh of relief, honestly, to just get so much of it out of the way and to finally do it and finally just feel free to do a lot of the things that I enjoy. And that's pretty much what me being on YouTube has been. And it's always been. And it's been one of my passions and one of my motivations, is that I wanted to express myself on a different level to where I can feel comfortable enough to talk to people in person or talk to people in general and really just guess in a large way be the social grow to be the social butterfly, if that makes sense. It's a lot harder for people to talk to people in person than it is to talk to people um, behind a camera. And for a lot of people, um, like myself, it's one of those things. I prefer to talk behind a camera or talk via phone. Or I have to be really comfortable with a person to talk to a person, because it's social anxiety. It's life. So it was part of the reason why I started the channel, and it's honestly, I love the fact that I am on YouTube. And I remember someone just asked me recently, "Do you enjoy being on YouTube? Do you enjoy doing what you do?" And I hesitated because I think it honestly caught me off guard, and I didn't think to just clearly clear my mind and say yes. But I really do enjoy it. Um, I wouldn't be here, honestly, if I didn't. I wouldn't be so emotionally attached to the things I do and the videos I make if I didn't enjoy being on YouTube. It's very stressful. It's very time consuming, and you have to. If you feel like you're competing with the masses for a lot of areas of things that you do if you're on YouTube, but for me, I just want to get stuff out. I want to get my opinions across. And if anything, I want to make sure I'm helping people, because that's part of the reason why I wanted to do YouTube in the first place. I was one of those Yu-Gi-Oh players who said, I have a lot of opinions and experiences about this game. Why don't I take the platform and use it? And I remember my friends were saying, it's going to be stressful. It's going to be hard. Are you ready for it? And just like anything else, I just jumped right into it. I did take a couple of years off just because I didn't have any real access to record. I didn't have my own camera. I didn't have uh, my own setup. I didn't have nothing to do anything with YouTube till now. Well, till what was it, 2014 when I came back, and I was still active on YouTube. I wasn't as active as I am now because I just didn't have anything to record. I had a lot of um, I could watch videos, I could comment, I could subscribe, but I couldn't record. That was the only big difference as of now. Because when I came back, I believe it was 2004, no, 2014. or 2013. Came back, smartphone, new phone, recording, and just getting my videos out there onto YouTube. It was just the beginning, and I never looked back. I have experienced the joys, the tragedies, the tears, the blood, the sweat of it all. And honestly, I wouldn't change it for the world. Especially now, considering I have so many supportive people backing me. And I enjoy it. I really do. I want to take you guys back through memory lane. And to do that, I want to go through my playlist. And I have a particular playlist that is specifically listed for deck profiles that are not Harpy. Let me see if I can find it. That's my Harpy deck profiles. Those are the other Harpy deck profiles that I get from other YouTubers. Okay, so this is my Harpy. This is my playlist. One of the many that I use just to tell people, like, just showcase some stuff. Which I'll explain as well, because this is going to be a very lengthy video. But this is like all my older stuff. The first video that I did was this one. This was my Fortune Lady deck profile. I do have binder videos up as well, and I think that's where I started off. Um, when I started doing this, this was actually my first Fortune Lady deck. This is my first deck profile that I did. This was for Fortune Lady, and you can tell the quality was just. It was off my friend's laptop. It was off of. Yeah, it was off his laptop. It was at his house on a stool. No, I was sitting on his bed and using a stool. It was like, talk about budget friendly. Like, this is when, like, I think YouTube still had its 15-minute stipulation. You can go over. People were just recording off of, like, I've heard all the crazy things about early YouTube, and it's ridiculous. And as you can see through the times, my recording methods did get a lot better, but that lighting is just crazy, let me tell you. Going from a perfectly good monitor to going to a smartphone that had a decent working camera, and then finding out the smartphone headphone jack popped out and that you couldn't record the voices was just crazy. When I did come back, was playing Madolce at the time. I don't think I really popped a Harpy. I think at the time I was playing Madolce and Harpy Lady. I still had the Ghost Trick deck, and the Ghost Trick deck was still getting new support. Um, right after right after that, I was around the time I started coming back, and that was 2000 and I say 2014. Yep, 2014. Because I look at this, I have to pause it too. Which is funny because this is like my deck profile and I'm pausing my deck profile. Okay, so I think also because there's background noise as well. But this was Delicious Treats. This was March 2014. So yeah, this was the first. See, I have so much stuff I'd have to change too, because I'd have to change this from this Facebook page does not no longer exist because it's now changed to Harpy Player Joe. And I have that nice stigma stuff as well. So, yeah, I mean, this is pretty much what my deck profiles look like. They were very blurry. And I think this one was very upside down. I don't know how it became upside down. And I think that was my Akisa mat that I had. I think I sold it for like $40. Or I traded someone for another mat or something. I don't remember. I just remember I had it. But yeah, this is like the evolution of my Modolce decks. And then like I had other retro decks and stuff. I was playing Yang Zings, and this is all of like how I evolved through YouTube. And then I stopped finally holding the camera, and I got a stand to hold, like a little tripod for mobile phones and stuff, so you can record off your phone. And thank God, because the screen crunch is real, the lighting is real. I remember when I had to record in, I was recording in libraries, and I had to be really quiet because I wanted to record like in places I could record easily, Like it was just a mess. And oh my god, I remember when I was trying to record with my phone, and I held my phone because I didn't have a proper tripod. Like you guys may not know it now. I have a tripod. It's just it leans weird. When didn't have a tripod, I was holding my phone sideways to record. I had an eraser holding the phone case's flap to stand, and then I would have to angle it to where it wouldn't fall off of a box to look onto the deck or to the flooring to where it could reflect off the deck, and you would be able to see everything from a certain height. Like you can see right here in this metal foes deck profile. That's exactly what I did with it. I held my phone onto a box that was held up by a um, eraser to stabilize it. Because once I finally did get the tripod, you can literally tell like everything evolves from there. And then of course I got into the mobile version of YGO Pro. I was able to really get a lot of those videos up. Like this is literally just like the evolution of how everything went. And thank God for like the evolution of Android devices because you guys were getting like all the crazy. You guys were getting just a ton of stuff. And I'm so glad I went from I don't know what that was, early 2010 to here I am with a more stable setup and more stable things put together. Now we can move on to my Harpy deck profiles. And so the list you saw there was one of my playlists that had all my non-Harpy deck profiles. This is all of my Harpy deck profiles. And oh, there's a lot of them. There's over 160 of these. Some of these are based off of my own variations. Some of them are redos. Some of them are just me having the simplest of times. But yeah, I think the first Harpy deck profile I did when I came right back, there it is. Me talking about the Facebook group, me talking about the just everything. And I think at that point I was playing Harpies and hats. Um, I was playing a lot of decks at that point, but Harpies was still my main. I was still utilizing a lot of the cards I had. I didn't really start buying stuff till like 2015, 2016. No, 2000, yeah, late 2015, early 2016. Because come ups, when you get a job, and then you can afford your own cards and not have to go through the crazy mess that it is. Um, and like a lot of my videos did start to get longer, but that's because I like to explain stuff. I am still trying to work on it to really reduce it if that makes people feel better, but for the most part I just like to explain myself, and I love to just overall go over things. um, but I think someone pointed out to me they liked how I do it now, where I talk about each of the like I go through the deck list itself and then I come back and talk about it. It was just a mess. And I think for the most part, if anyone wants to really know, by time 2016 came around, that's when I stopped being like a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh player and just focus on playing Yu-Gi-Oh from um, a more casual standpoint. If like Harpies were ever in the range of a are ever shown in like a various tournament or something, I'll showcase it and I'll talk about it and just go over from there. God, there's a lot of Harpy deck profiles. I'm not even gonna lie. It was like A, B, C. And this is really when I just started pumping out Harpy decks. And I think for the most part, I never really gave people the chance to just sit there and absorb the Harpy deck and like be like, oh, okay, so that's what you do. That's how you do this and this, and oh, that's not good. Like I think that's also just like the big discussion of things. It's just trying to get things out there, but also trying to talk about stuff. And because I'm a very informative player when it comes to Harpies, and I just want to help people. That's all. And Lord knows it's been a struggle on that end, but at the end of the day, it's still worth it. Um, So I guess oh wow, I'm at 58 subscribers. Someone did just subscribe. So yay! Thank you for subscribing, and I hope you enjoyed this video and everything else that's on the channel. I want to change my icon again, just something a little different, a little snazzy. I have an idea, but the execution relies on me. Which, by the way, if anyone wants to know about that, because I can talk about that as well. The icons, for the most part, have been done by me, with the exception of a few. I just took like little snippets of cards and put them together on layout. But for the most part, anything that looks drawn, that is 100% me. I think the last banner I did that was just layout, and I laid it out, and then I went to a resizer to resize it so that it can fit into the layout for YouTube. I was trying to get it a little smaller to where it could fit the whole picture in itself, so that way you can see all of the harpies. It's also conductor, channeler, perfumer, oracle, and queen, because those are pretty much the main harpy ladies you use. Um, but it just didn't fit all five of them in there. So that's why you see only the top of Chandler's head and both of the bust in face of perfumer and conductor. And then I was supposed to have one that had conductor in the middle, Chandler on the side of her, perfumer on the side of her, because conductor is going to be the main, to be honest with you. And she's one of my favorites of the new Harpy ladies. For her and perfumer, Oracle's not too bad. It's just Oracle is that in phase thing, and perfumer and conductor are right there on effect. Now, in terms of like making videos, if I'm not doing it with my DU recorder, I'm doing it through the phone, where I just sit it on my tripod and I record like that. Then there's because I went through a lot of on-screen recordings. I did Mobizen, I did screen share, I did screen recorder. Because Android, the thing about Android as opposed to iOS's and Apple is that they are okay with you using your music and stuff through it, because of copyrights and stuff. Android isn't. So yeah, or you like have to buy special headphones and stuff. I think Mosen was trying to sell people like these specialized headphones. Um, yeah, no. So like that was pretty much a large portion of what it was. Like I can, actually can I can't. I don't think I can show you guys exactly like going through it and going in. But yeah, that was pretty much like what I used for it. Um, yeah, like it's crazy, the process of recording, the process of getting things together. So where are we at? We're almost at the 20-minute mark. So I pretty much talked about a good portion of the first chunk of things. Just talking about how I got into. Actually, no, I didn't explain how I really got into it for the most part, huh? Well, I'll give you guys that whole notion. I was with some friends. We were talking. Oh no, I did. I was with some friends. I talked about it. Um, I wanted to get the information stuff out. And the first binder video that's on the channel is the first video that's officially um, this channel. And then when it came to deck profiles, Fortune Ladies was first, then Harpies. It was just funny because I never had a chance to do any of the other decks that I played around that time, which is unfortunate because I played Plants, I played Exceed Spam, I played Link Spam, I played Exceed Spam, I did play Link Spam, but I think I didn't record it, or I did record it or something. It's just, it's weird. This recording process is weird, and sometimes I forget stuff too. But no, I remember a lot of the deck profiles I wanted to make at the time, but 2010 was just not my year. No, it wasn't. 2011 was kind of not my year either. Um, I think I more so blossomed as a duelist around that time, but you guys never really got to see that blossom. You guys didn't get to really see the decks I built. I built Gallus, I built Chaos, I was playing Agents. The last Agent deck profile you seen before the switch to Madolche was literally a 2 year gap, or 2 to 3 year gap between, because that's when the phone died. No, the phone was dying. It didn't have any sound. I had to rush to the comment section or description to announce to people that, yeah, there was no sound in this video. I do apologize for that. Um, and yeah, that was pretty much it at that point. I think I did a couple of like videos to say I was selling the psychic stuff because psychic stuff's real hot. HPJ Hybrid Librarian was coming out. Um, I had Beast and Barkion and all the stuff together. But I think for the most part, I just really enjoyed playing that variation of deck. I'd love to go back to Psychics if there was a new version of it, or just record that video. There's a lot of decks I would like to re-record or record because I didn't have the opportunity to during those periods of time, and just show people and showcase a lot of the decks I played. Like I played Tengu Plant, I played I played E-Dragons. I did play E-Dragons. Oh my god, I played E-Dragons. That was so crazy. But I didn't have, because money was funny, I didn't have my own Draco Saxon Big Eyes. I was actually borrowing my friend Chris's Big Eye and Draco Sax for a lot of those deck profiles. Well, you guys did see Draco Saxon Big Eyes were because I got them for trades because they were getting reprinted left and right. I think Big Eye took the longest to get because a Big Eye was still $40 because practically almost any pendulum that could build it could make it put sevens on the board and then it can go into Big Eyes and Draco Sax. It was until Draco Sax got reprinted in a 10 and Big Eye got reprinted himself. So yeah, it was just a lineup of a lot of things when it came to recording and stuff. Yeah. So I'm gonna scroll over actually. Let me show you guys just overall just the process of it. I started in 2010 on January 5th. Literally, I will upload this on that day, or I'll put it to private, and then it'll be up. I'll put it to public so people can see the video, and yeah, like everything. The links are here to the Facebook group, the Twitter page, the Instagram that I have, and the Google Plus. I don't use the Google Plus anymore, ironically enough. So, yeah, the next video, or well, I guess I'll part two this or three it, but I want to go into more of the medium, more of the um, bulk section of this scenario. Actually, no, I won't. I won't break it up in half. I'm gonna pause and then I'm gonna go to the social sites and show you guys what those look like. In case people are wondering or want to know what they look like. So give me 1 second. Okay, people. So we're at the first stop on the social media path, and it is the Harpy Player Joe HPJ channel page. So if you have Facebook, all you really have to do is just look in or type in Harpy Player Joe, and you can see the page here. This is actually the correct picture that I want to use for my channel page, actually. And this is just pretty much it. Actually, what's up with this one is this is a reformed of the older page because the old page, I took it down. And the reason why I took it down is because I wanted a fresher start. I wanted a fresher look. And really because now how I know how to utilize everything, I wanted to get it all together. So this is just like me scrolling through, showing you guys what it looks like and where I post stuff and everything. And if you guys have Facebook, please come leave a like and join the page so you guys can get informed about a lot of things. Because I think for the most part, I do inform stuff, everything from Puzzles and Dragons to Yu-Gi-Oh! I share a ton of links and stuff with everybody through here. So that's how you guys can get to see what I post and what I have laid out on here. And if you're my friends and you're seeing this, you should give me a like too. It helps tremendously. It does. Alright, so give me a second. I'll move on to the next link. Alright, and now we move on to the Harpy deck and strategies group page. So this is pretty much the group that you'll see, and this is pretty much just everybody and what they post. And yeah, I mean, it's not too big, not too small, and for the most part, I didn't really Like, this was because I wanted to just seclude into the Harpy lady players and support the Harpy players. I did a purge 2-3 months ago and really just got back on the feet. So I went from 85 to 35, then from 35 to 65. So I at least almost doubled um, in size. But it was a process to get a lot of new people in, get a lot of older people out, um, just strip the group clean, and then just add everybody back in. So, um, yeah, like it was a lot of dead weight I cleared out. Just because there's a lot of people who were just inactive. They were using like a Facebook account to just stream in and be attached to the group, but not really contribute. And because of all the new tools and stuff that they gave Facebook, I can see who's contributing, who's not. They did another purge not too long ago where they're adding, like, they'll add people who um, have relevancy to the group, or they'll take people out who have been inactive in the group. So luckily enough, a lot of you guys have been part of the group. I don't know, why do you keep adding stuff? Why, people? I don't need to see it. I hate when Facebook does that. I think Facebook and Twitter and stuff does that. Ugh, it's so annoying. Alright, I'll be right back because I'm now going to go to Instagram and show you guys what that looks like. Alright, everyone, so now I am moved on to the Instagram page for the channel. So this is Harpy Player Joe on Instagram, and this is where I upload all my daily fixes of music, fan art, um, little stuff here and there from the channel. I basically post my Post and Dragons information, a lot of the pulls and rates, a lot of the upcoming videos and stuff like that. And it's also linked to my Twitter. So if you guys want to come and hang out with me on Instagram and see me post and send some likes and some more followers, Instagram at HPJ or Instagram at Harpy Player Joe. And you guys can follow me there. So that's Instagram. Give me a second. I'll move on to Twitter. All right, and now we're on my Twitter page. So at Harpy Player Joe on Twitter, where I just tweet and I share tweets, and I get a lot of support from who supports and tweets for me. Well, I connect with a lot of people. I connect with some of my favorite YouTubers, some of my favorite Let's Players, and I think one of my biggest supports on here is oh, I cannot remember his name. Hold on, because somebody will retweet it. Oh, Celiar. That's who retweets me. So if you guys get the chance to talk to him, or you probably guys have seen him, Celiar Romando. He does a lot of my retweets, and thank you so much for retweeting and getting people to notice me. But it's really much just me doing a lot of stuff on Twitter. I do try to keep people up to date and post it, and I did inform people I was recording now, so that way they could know what was going on with that. So I guess I'll go back right to the page, and I'll see you guys there. Okay, so we're back to the page. We're to the channel, and I can really just now talk about a lot of the bulky stuff now. So this is going to take a good couple of minutes as well. But this is going to be longer because I got to address a lot of things that people used to see on the channel, and you're not going to see no more on the channel, if that makes sense. So, I'm a gamer, and I did show a lot of things here on the channel. I did a lot of things for the channel, and one of them was, of course, my Let's Plays. And I am not going to go back to Let's Plays. They're going to still be up on the channel in case people want to watch them, but I'll say it like this, when it comes to Let's Plays, video content and stuff like that. I guess I'm talking about the dark side of being a YouTuber. the part that just stressed me out a lot is content. And I do produce a lot of content. I don't think a lot of people really understand that. Is that I have all this content that people claim they watch, but they never really do. And because each creator, like, literally informs you of how long people watch your videos, what areas of your videos watch the most, what comments and stuff like that. Like, I see what people post. I see what people, you know, say and all of that. So, like, I have a lot of content, just no one watches it. You guys have to watch the content. Then, like, I tell everybody every video, like, if you like what you see, like and subscribe. It helps with the channel. It lets me know that I'm doing more. Like, even nowadays, like, at this point, I said, even if it's a dislike, I rather have some type of interaction with people. And with all of, like, what I did, at a point, I I initially gave up just because of the fact it was just a cluster of things that I had to do. Like, I weekend live stream, but no one showed up. I did record the live streams. For the most part, the only real group of people that came to my live streams were the Puzzle and Dragons players. Like, I did try to live stream Yu-Gi-Oh, but, like, the Yu-Gi-Oh players are just so picky about what they see, and it's like, well, I'm not, I don't, I'm not obligated to cater to everyone, and I do my best to try to do different things. When things just don't work for me, then I just can't do everything, and that's where I initially just put down the live streams, because, like, there was no one coming to the live streams. There was very few people. When they came, it wasn't really much they watched. Honestly, they would come and go. I was doing live streams for I did live streams for practically everything. My birthday was the start of the Ruby and Sapphire, the Ruby Let's Play. I had the live streams and stuff for Puzzles and Dragons. I had um, the Let's Play for Leaf Green Fire Red. I had the Let's Play for Sonic Advance 2. I had all these things, but at a point I just said, well, if no one's coming to watch it, there's no point of me doing them. And that's literally what ended live streams and Let's Plays and walkthroughs, was just the lack of people watching them, or the lack of people coming in. So I didn't want to be a complete douche and delete them, because that was still my hard work and dedication. The only thing is, I never finished Ruby version because I never got the chance to finish defeating the Elite Four and beating Stephen. That was the only thing I didn't do, because Metagross was my wall. That was literally the only reason why I couldn't finish Ruby and Sapphire. And I think I told people that in the tweet or an update, that because of Steven, I couldn't beat it. And I think at that point I said, okay, well, because I can't beat because of this difficulty and just the lack of people coming, I just decided to let go of the Let's Play itself. But I didn't destroy the Let's Play, and I didn't destroy the data for it either, because the emulator is still on my phone, and the emulator still has the information on it. So, as well as Sonic Advance 2, I think towards the end of it, because I didn't have, like, the whole coordination with the phone, it was very hard to get Chaos Emeralds for it. And I wish I had an easier way to do that, but unfortunately it just didn't. So I used my original Game Boy, my original DS Lite, and no, the DS Lite I had to hold up the cam. Well, I put it in front of the camera and did that so that you guys can see the final area, you guys can see the final battle and stuff like that, which I enjoyed overall. And I did get a lot of people saying they enjoyed it, but I couldn't do Mario because the whole situation with Nintendo. I wanted to do Mario really bad. I just couldn't, unfortunately. Um, I did want to go to Gen 1 and do Yellow. I wanted to do Gold and Silver and Crystal, and do a lot of the older Game Boy Color games. It's just that because of what was going on in situations like that, because there was no participation and I thought I was doing well with an audience, I just decided to say no. And I didn't want to waste my time and have to restrict did that. The real thing that hurts is that Puzzles and Dragons, a lot of those people love my live streams. They loved having the music in the background. They loved having me talk about the teams and talk about, how I just put stuff together. Just unfortunately, they heard it. I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to Puzzle and Dragons as a live stream, but that'll probably be the only thing. And the thing about that is that I just have to feel comfortable enough to do it on my own. And I also have to watch out for when updates happen because, yeah, that was crazy. Because I think one time I was trying to update no, I was trying to do a live stream, but then it cut out and updated. So I had to cut the stream. But other than that, I mean, everything else is still here. There's the Leaf Green Let's Play. Um, it's like 50 parts, my god. The Ruby and Sapphire live stream Let's Play. More Harpy stuff. Puzzle and Dragons. My Puzzle and Dragons stuff is here with 88 videos. And as you can see, I did a little stuff for SGB, Zeppelin G, because a lot of their older content didn't have Let's Plays. I mean, I'm sorry, Let's Plays. They had playlist. So I put that together. So that way, when I was watching stuff on the side, I could, just watch the playlist. Especially SGB, because I love watching SGB. John, Matt, Elliot, Mark, Sabrina, Uncle Greg. Zeppelin G was actually my first Let's Player that I watched on YouTube. And he was doing a lot of my favorite games. He was doing Crash, he was doing Spyro, he was doing Ratchet and Clank, he's doing Dak and Daxter. So he was playing the games I grew up on, and it was such a honor to, watch someone play those favorite games. And I think during that period of time, that's when I started watching more Let's Plays. I stopped doing a lot of things with the channel. Um, and that's honestly those like SGB, Zeppelin G, Brain Scratch. Those guys were part of the reason why I went and got into wanting to do Let's Plays and live streams. But I think at that point, I finally just decided that if I don't have the proper equipment to do it, then I just wouldn't do it. Because I love to live stream Splatoon. I'd love to live stream um, like a lot of other games with multiplayer and stuff like that. But because I don't have the equipment, I have to cut it. And that was the thing. And I don't want you guys to not have anything that I could do. But yeah, that's just unfortunately how it just pans out. So I do at least record off of my DUI recorder to get Puzzles and Dragons information out, Yu-Gi-Oh stuff from Yu-Gi-Oh YGO Pro ES, um, my physical deck profiles and just stuff like that. So at least that way you guys have content on the channel, and I don't have to really stress myself because I can do it just whenever I feel like it, or whenever new stuff comes around. Do I want to address trolls and trolling? No, not really. But I am open to critique, just how you say it, in my mood. And honestly, just my mood. um, I don't want to dig into that hole no more than I already have, so I'm not even going to go any further than that. But, everyone has their opinion and everyone has the right to speak their mind. But don't downplay any YouTuber, especially when they work very hard to generate the content that they do, no matter what numbers they have. Even if my number is small, in the area of my subs, my views are a lot more, which is crazy to me because I never thought I'd have that many views. But people like to see my content apparently, so I'm not gonna let them down. And then also just want to say it to a lot of my friends who are watching. Thank you for you guys supporting. Thank you guys so much. Really, I do appreciate you guys. And I may go a little crazy here and there, but I do appreciate the ones that help. And I do appreciate the ones that do say, hey, don't quit. Because you guys really do mean a lot to me, especially when I go through my little depression states. And dealing with my depression is not easy, trust me. Any one of us who has, like on YouTube, who says we deal with depression, trust me, so we deal with it. Just some of us deal with a lot better than others. I'm not really good at it, so I didn't have my lash out videos. But for the most part, just through the experiences, I'm just learning how to deal with a lot of things, and that helps me just become a better YouTuber as a whole. Um, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out the last bit of it because there wasn't much that I wanted to go over, but I did at least go over a bulk of everything. So um, I guess we'll talk about just the last portions of things. You know, what to expect from the channel, what things will come to the future. I had to sit down with a couple of friends, and I think everyone has come to agreement that maybe I do need to take a break so you guys can absorb and watch a lot of the content that is up. You guys can watch some of these Let's Plays. You guys can watch a lot of the walkthroughs and deck profiles and team building showcases and all of that. I'm trying to get a schedule to where on the weekends I can do a lot of those things at once. You know, sometimes during the week, like I can't really control my work schedule, and I need my sleep. So I'm trying to get that all together, and it'd be more sufficient for you guys to have me not yawn in the middle of the Let's Play or the live stream or the recording and then fall asleep. Because yeah, that has happened. It's not the most professional, but I do apologize for that. It's just I gotta find the balance between everything, and I'm working on it. It's just being worked on. Um, so if, like, you guys do like have questions and stuff, please feel free to ask. I can take them. If you guys have to also understand with suggestions and stuff, I can't really do everything. I'm sorry. That's why I cut a lot of the content, and most of it now is just Puzzles and Dragons and Yu-Gi-Oh. And for the most part, I do want to address the Yu-Gi-Oh situation. Like, I don't have every card, so if I don't have those cards, I'll go to YGO Pro ES and the physical, I'll make the deck profile there. As opposed to a physical deck profile, I do the best I can with it. I can't control the noises on the outside, but I can mitigate it if need be with music and stuff like that to drown some of the stuff out. Or I'll start recording and re-record so you guys can see that then. Same thing with Puzzles and Dragons, because I want to do montages. I want to go back and do decisions. But I think a lot of people are liking the showcases, so I think that's going to be one of the big things, an informative showcaser, showcasing the teams that I have, the various builds and stuff like that, and then trying to get back into doing descends because there's a lot of old descends coming back through this event, and I want to showcase them. So I've been using the team building to showcase those, and it's been working out well. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. Um, so yeah, those are just pretty much just it. That's like the big bulk of the channel now is Yu-Gi-Oh and Puzzles and Dragons. I mean, if I want to add something else, I'll try to fit it in, but I'm not going to guarantee anything anymore because I don't want to bring you guys' hopes up of, ooh, he's going to do Pokemon, and then don't do it. Or, ooh, he said he's going to do Sonic, let's see him do Sonic, and then I don't do Sonic. You know, like, oops, I'm sorry, I lied. No, I don't want to do that to you guys. There won't be no clickbait either at all. And then any outside video will probably just mean like updating and making sure you guys know what's going on. Because at least that's how most channels do work. Update videos. Then I don't do blocks because I don't do face cam. I don't want to do face cam, to be honest with you. Um, so yeah, like I want to do, my update videos, my Yu-Gi-Oh videos, my Puzzle Dragons videos. And just go from there and just enjoy that. Maybe once I get like an Elgato stuff, then I can do my live streams again when it comes to Nintendo stuff or just um, Splatoon and stuff like that. Cause you guys, I see a lot of people who love watching people play Splatoon and stuff, and I play Splatoon and I game. If you guys do like, if anyone sees this and you guys are doing, showcases and stuff, or you guys want to do some um, players PvPs in live streams, call your boy. Hit me up. I don't mind. I'd love to be involved. So right now for the next couple of events, I'm just waiting for the TCG ban list that makes up for the short one we had between December and now, whenever that decides to come out, because it's after the 21st. So a lot of us Yu-Gi-Oh players are waiting for that. I'm not doing any more prediction or production videos because people don't like my opinion, and I really don't care about theirs. But I need some more faces. I'll just start calling it like my Yu-Gi-Oh ban list wish list, because you can't predict everything. So I think for just a lot of us, that'd probably be better. It's a good suggestion there. But I think at that point, I'm just not gonna do them. Because I did say I wasn't gonna do any more, just because of how the last one went down. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not much else to talk about. Um, so to end it off here, I just want to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart for these last 9 years. They've been amazing. Um, Even with the shortcut of me not being here for about 2 or 3 of them, thank you guys. Really, thank you so much for your support. I can't wait for year 10 and see what year 10 holds for me. I can't wait to see what goes through year 9 and how much work and dedication I put into it. I'm going to put a lot of it into it. Um, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for everything. And I will see you guys next time. HPJ signing out, and take care.